So, Moshe, I also read last week that you guys announced the Click App Store. Now that's interesting. I haven't seen a lot of vendors in the SAP space announce an app store. Matter of fact, none. So talk to me about that.
Yeah, that's a very interesting concept. In fact, patent pending. We structured it like a do-it-yourself store. Because as you know, in the business world, it's very rare that you get an application and it perfectly fits the way you want it. As I said before, you need to connect it to the back office. You probably have some configuration to do regarding the unique terminology you use, and probably you will have some additional adaptations. So, let's take as an analogy a furniture store in which on the left part of the store you have all sorts of dinner tables with round legs and square legs and drawers and rails for the drawers and shelves and the like. Next to it, in another area of this store, you have workbenches. And what you can do is you can go to the left side, pick up modules, bring them into this workbench, and assemble them and modify them in a way that fits your application. And you know what? If you need some help in training or some second hand to help you, consultants are available to do so. And let's say you finish this dinner table and you'd like to have some special finishing that you don't have. Well, maybe you can outsource it, and that's the fourth department in this store. That's how we structured the Click App Store. On the one hand, we have hundreds of apps that we have developed over the years and are the starting point with our apps. In these apps, we have a selected group called starter kits. And this is where you can take into some canvas and start working with it. Now you take it into an IDE, Integrated Development Environment, which we call the Mobility Studio. And over there, using drag and drop, no coding, you can take apps and really assemble them together and stack them into the starter kit in such a way that they form a complete solution. Let's say that you are a big bank and you'd like to deploy a mobility solution that you have just structured in the Mobility Studio to 30,000 people. Well, in the business world, you've got to do some scalability testing, some performance testing, some quality assurance. Well, 30,000 mobile users scalability testing requires special hardware, test generation, and of course some knowledge. This is the point where we come as an outsourcing company, and we can provide you with this because that's what we do all day long. So that's the essence of the Click App Mobility Store, Click App Store. The Click App Store essentially has been in use for more than 2 years, except we did not announce it, we did not structure it like this. Many of our own developers, including system integrators that deploy our solutions, and some end users of our own of our company, are using the Mobility Studio already when we deploy solutions. For instance, Portugal Telecom has been using some of the Mobility Studio tools to develop their own small apps, extensions beyond the product of Click Mobile that we sold them for field service and asset management. Similarly, Sempra. Sempra has tens of forums just for timesheet, and they use the forum editor of the Mobility Studio in order to build this. The whole idea is make it in such a way that minimal technical skills would be required, and let's see how far you can go. The beauty is, when it comes to applications for the service sector, with our Mobility Studio, you can go about 80-90% of the way with no single line of code. And then if you need to do some coding, you can do this either in Visual Studio, the Microsoft environment, or HTML5 and so forth, HTML.
Well, that's a big announcement, and it sounds like it's an innovative one for the market that I've seen. So good luck on that.
Thank you. If I may, just last comment regarding the connectivity to the back office and the synchronization, since we are here at SAP. When SAP announced the Sybase acquisition, we right away sat down and developed all of our product to also run on the Sybase platform. And today, the Click App Store comes pre-integrated with the SUP for back office connectivity and with the whole iAnywhere platform, the Mobilink, the Afaria and the like for connectivity, and including the Mobility Studio. Let's see what we have. We give this IT person who needs to develop an app or a system integrator who needs to develop an app, we give him all the technical services he needs so that he can focus solely on the business functionality. By so doing, I believe that you can develop business apps in weeks, not in months, not in years.
This sounds like a winning plan. Well, thank you very much, Doctor.
You're welcome. Thanks a lot.